Good morning. Again, another episode of Yes Way Jose. And, of course, it's me. And you guys want to guess who that is?
Jose?
Look at you guys, man. You've been stepping up your game over these episodes. So, again, good morning to you. We have a special guest today, and it's really kind of a reflective of a lot of things going on in our community. So we're going to get into that in a minute. But I also want to bring up a couple things. So we have Oktoberfest.
Oh, yeah. Saturday?
Yeah, I have to remember. We do Saturday instead of dates, right? So sometimes when we put these episodes
out, I was going to say that, this episode will actually be coming out after Oktoberfest. So, we had Oktoberfest. It was great.
So I got to keep some of that in mind for the audience here. But anyway, for good morning for everybody. And then obviously I want to make sure I'm going to get my grocery list stuff out. There's an email address.
Yeah. YesWayJosemail@gmail.com.
Look at that sinking here. Nailed it. All right. So anyway, we want to make sure you guys know we did actually answer two of the questions, and we need to figure out if that's a medium that can really help people if they don't want to call, try to reach out to us in whatever fashion. At least if they want to put something out there.
Now that we've read a couple on the show, it's proven that we will read them. So
yes,
write your emails. We'll read them.
If you send it, we'll read it. Yep. So we do have obviously an email address, but we obviously want people just to listen. With this many episodes, we just want you to pick ones out, people that you know, so you get to see who these folks are and what they do in our community. So Oktoberfest, kind of a small event. It's obviously going to be very German flavored, obviously. Food, beer, I think those are the things. I don't know all the details. This is an event we just support, but we're not actually behind it as far as we're there. We're there for support and love.
Yeah.
And beer. Yeah. Can't forget the beer.
At least he's honest.
I can't lie most days, but I can't really lie today because our guest is going to know.
Oh, yeah.
We don't want that to happen. We don't want that to happen. But also then October the 12th, we have a mayor's walk. And really about that, I want to make sure people know that there is a small fee for that. But that fee all the proceeds go to ALC. It's the group that's obviously helping women make the really good decisions about life. And it's a wonderful organization.
Is that the one over on Buckman?
It is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You mean it doesn't go into the mayor's pocket?
Not this time. No, because if it's on Facebook, remember?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, right.
It's true.
Yep.
So we have obviously the mayor's walk, and then we have the October 18th. We're going to have actually a kind of a welcome party for businesses that are all down in the downtown area now. That some new investors have bought the buildings down there and want to bring new businesses, boutiques, and a coffee wine. And we're going to have the Salt River Brewing Company, and I'll have Adam on the show here probably, and I think his partner Andy, that are investing in our city, and they've got Get Fired Pizza, a great local food truck.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah. Pickles on the pizza. Stay focused.
They put pickles on the pizza?
It's really good.
Oh, really?
It's really good.
I've never had pickles on pizza.
I'd try it.
Well, once you try it.
Is it better than pineapple? I don't like pineapple.
I don't like pineapple.
Yeah.
No, I don't like. But
get that out of here.
Pickles are good. You got to trust me on this one. Mm-hmm. And then obviously Spooktacular on October the 19th. And the important part of this is our second annual Halloween. I'm not doing this because my wife likes Halloween, but my wife likes Halloween.
Yeah.
And I like her.
Yeah.
So we're going to make it work. But anyway, it's a great thing. We did it last year, and the whole proceeds go to, we gave all the proceeds last year to Bullitt Central. And it was for the principal's account for the lunches. So kids that don't have money for lunch, they don't get turned down or get some kind of subpar lunch. It also goes probably for the same kids, school supplies, school clothes, and even hygiene products. And it's really a struggle for these kids. They're going from home to home, they're friend to friend, and staying, maybe even sleeping in cars. Really a very disheartening thing. But we decided to put this thing on for that purpose. So we're going to try to utilize that for all three high schools. All those schools need it, but it's more prevalent in Bullitt Central. But we want to make sure that all the high schools know that we love them, and we know the people that are coming to this event are coming from all around the county and even outside of that area. So we want to make sure it's a great event. It's fun. It's really going to be a good time.
And that's at Paracut Springs,
Paracut
right?
Springs. Yep. It's at 6 o'clock on October the 19th, and the tickets are available. You can go through Venmo. My wife is actually heading that up. It's going through the Cabero Foundation, and then we write the checks to the schools. And it's really a really good thing for us. It's fun.
Got your own foundation? I didn't know you had a foundation.
Yeah. And what was your costume?
It's got everything.
What was your costume for that?
I'm not telling.
I was just saying, see a good slip.
That's a top secret. They want to know. Everybody wants to know about the concert. Anyway, so we have great things come up. We also have Light Up Shepherdsville. We're going to have our Winterfest here. So we got a lot of good events coming up to the seasons.
And a food truck invasion eventually.
November the 3rd.
Yeah, one of these days.
Yeah, one of these days.
Yeah.
Hey, the weather.
I know. Yeah, it's a hurricane. It's fine. You get off scot-free on that one.
Okay, so I get a hurricane pass?
Yeah, you get a hurricane pass.
Well, he orders the weather. So.
I did.
Unless it's bad.
Well, unless it's bad.
Was
And
I,
his wife
was I
orders
on
it.
vacation?
Yeah.
And part of that as Hurricane Helen was coming through? I think
Yeah,
I was.
maybe, yeah.
I think it was.
As it was developing in the Gulf.
Yeah, because we have a lot of different events coming up, and obviously this is the biggest thing for most people to realize when it comes to the holiday season is the reason. All right, so with that said, I have a special guest today, and he's my preacher at my church, but he's my pastor, Father Adam, and I want to welcome him this morning. Good morning, Father.
Good morning. It's good to be here.
Well, it's good to have you here. I want to tell you, he's a 1-year veteran now of St. Aloysius.
A little more than a year.
Yeah, so we're going to have a good time. We have a number of events. So we're going to talk about some different things, but I want to bring in different folks and different aspects of our community. What makes our community great is a number of things. It's kind of like a recipe, right? You sprinkle in a little bit of everything, and then you stir it up, and you got this great product, and it's called community. And so for me, as I look and reflect of the people that are in our community, St. Aloysius has been here how long, Father?
Oh, since the early 1900s.
Yeah, so that tells you how long this church has been a staple of this community.
Yeah.
So for me, and I've been involved in the church since we moved out here over 16 years ago. And so I've seen a great community. We have a nice parish, and we have people that want to get involved. And I think we make an impact like others, whether it's on nonprofit organizations or even the different churches. We feel like Father is just one reflective of what's going on in our community and how we can be involved. So, Father, we got 1,236 questions for you.
Oh, well, excellent. I'll answer about 2
30
of them.
minutes.
and it's like a speed game.
It's lightning round.
Lightning.
Yeah.
We're doing the lightning round today, Father. So, no, so I always want to start with, how did you become a pastor?
Sure.
No trick question. You can say whatever you want to say, but I think people want to know. There's a spiritual side that it's a calling. And I know a couple of young folks that are actually looking at that, and it's wonderful. But tell me about give everybody a little idea of what's going on with Father Adam.
Absolutely. So I often say that I thought about priesthood first when I was in the 3rd grade. There was a really good senior pastor at St. Aloysius, the other St. Aloysius on the other side of Louisville, and that's where I grew up in Pee Wee Valley. And he was just a wonderful man. He would come over to the school, visit the kids, give us some candy, and just spend time with us. And he was just so loving, but he also had Parkinson's, and so he was shaking already when I was very young, and it just obviously progressed. And so that vulnerability, but also that joy that he had. And so from very early on in grade school, about the 3rd grade, I thought about this, and it's one of those things that just kind of sits in the back of your head, and I told myself, no, I can't do that 1,001 times, but it just kept coming back around, and finally, after high school, after college, had to really give it a try, see if it was real, and I've wondered if I could do this, but I've never really thought I don't want to do this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I've been. I started seminary back in 2008, and that was 7 years of formation, and I've been a priest almost 9 years now.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's really cool. I said when we always have because of how the Catholic Church works and how they move pastors from churches, we're always not sure who's next up.
Oh, yeah.
I have to say
what you're going to get.
Who you're going to get. And so we knew that Father was from the Louisville area, and it was interesting to me because it's kind of like Father, be careful with me. Sometimes I say things that may be wrong, and I'll go to confession later for them. But it's like dating. You're building a relationship. Sure. And you are. And it was really interesting because I love your jokes now. It's really funny because he's very humble, and when he says something, because there's a hint of truth in every really funny thing. If you go with that thread, it is. And so but we do know one thing: he likes food. I don't know if he's just sneaking out little codes out for some of the ladies to make up some little cookies or for him. It's like, hey, lady, 3rd aisle, the second, I need cookies. I don't know if he. I don't know what he's
talking
doing.
about. What foods he likes the best.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I'm trying to.
Boy, I wish somebody would make these for me.
Yeah.
There are a few that are beginning to catch on to that.
And we have some people that do really good cooking. Oh, we got. Oh man.
Yeah.
So we've had some different events, and obviously we have events all through the year. Obviously, the fish fries are a lot of fun. And
Yeah, I see the signs for the fish fries. I always mean to stop in, and I can't. I never do.
We have great fish, but Father, I'll tell you, the biggest thing for most of us, for volunteers, it's the fellowship. It really is, man. It's the same good guys. We go out there and we cook all the fish, and it's our little gang. You know, it's thank God.
Thank God it's Friday.
Thank God. Thank God
it's Friday.
Great T-shirts.
They come out of that garage smelling like grease and
I bet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In the best way, though.
Exactly.
It is, man, because
yeah.
the fish is excellent. We do a really good job, and again, it's fellowship, and a lot of people. We've done really, really well. This has been a great year. I'm going to give you all the credit. All these news. What happened? What's Aloysius? We got the X Factor. Father Adam. We have Father Adam now. But it's been great. We have a lot of fun with it. He's always with us. But then we go from the fish fries, we used to have a picnic. And a lot of times that's a lot of work for a few people. And they really made a good decision. So now we have a social, which does really well. It was,
great.
You should see the line that comes out of this.
It's amazing.
I mean, it's out of the gym, past his house, back to the church. I mean, it goes all the way back the line, and it goes through pretty well.
It does.
It goes really well. We have a number of events. People do, and a lot of things in most of the churches, especially from our Catholic churches, there's a lot of love going into doing all the different things, the candy jars and making all the cakes and stuff, and it's really a lot of fun. But it is the fellowship that we have, and then we obviously have a bazaar that we're going to be doing here that's coming up.
26th.
26th. See,
Last Saturday.
Bazaar, like a place where you buy stuff.
Oh yeah, and
Okay, like a flea market kind of thing.
Yeah,
okay.
it's really
You don't hear people call it bazaar very much anymore. Yeah,
I will tell you this: go once,
yeah.
and it'll be no flea market. I mean, I tell you and I mean this nothing against flea markets,
Right, yeah.
But am I going to have like a bunch of flea market posters, protesters out front?
Hey, Travis is a big flea market guy.
I do like
He
flea
likes Peddler's Mall.
Yeah, me and my
Okay.
wife.
Maybe I should-
she
I
like
drags
them
me to
too,
every
but-
Peddler's Mall around here. I've
Have
been
you?
to several times.
Okay,
It's like half the furniture in
I
my
am
house
sorry
comes
for
from
half
Peddler's
the
Mall.
comments I made about flea markets, but Father,
I'll forgive you.
yes.
I mean, you got to find the right stuff. You know what I mean? There's
some of
you
it
got to find the
sucks, yeah.
diamonds in the rough.
I
in
got my
there.
get out of jail card.
Yeah,
Did
right,
you see
right.
that?
Yeah, there
I
you
got
go.
blessed with a.
He said that
pass.
this was going to be a confession.
I love it.
Well, I've got to work on that part. It might take a long time, Father. We might have to like a 2-day session.
This podcast just got way longer.
Yeah, they do. But it is. So we have this craft bazaar, and then really some of the work. I mean, I think of Sharon. Sharon's work is just some. I mean, we have some of the ladies that do some outstanding crafts that are really nice for your doors and different holiday seasons. It's really cool.
Absolutely.
If they're Halloween stuff, guess who buys it? My wife.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you. She
Yep.
buys it. But it's really good. It's really very quality stuff, and I think it does really well. So then we have this one thing that's very special to me, and I wanted to take advantage of doing this with Father because he has seen us together with this. We do the Bounty of Hope. And I think it's not just the event or the fellowship. I think it's reflective of what we're trying to do. Those less fortunate in our community. Because what we do on Bounty of Hope, we've been doing it for almost 17 years now, Father.
Yeah.
This will be our 17th year. And what we do is obviously we have volunteers that come on Christmas Day. And we all know the family's very important to us. But we take those first 3 or 4 hours of the morning there, and it's the best thing of my day. I mean, there's things that go on all the rest of the day that are fun, family, friends, but nothing beats that morning because we all get together. Our purpose is to recognize and show people that are in the situations that we love them. And we do give them meals, and we do 400 meals that morning. A lot of them, about 150 go to LJ, and they disperse to those families that just need something. And our whole feeling about that, Father, and I know that you know this, but just knocking on somebody's door and saying, hey, just want to see how you're doing.
Absolutely.
I want to make sure that you're doing well and that we love you. And then and the food is really irrelevant.
Yeah.
It's just a company to come say hi. So it's important to us. And so St. Aloysius has been around a long time, and we've got a great Father, Adam, working with us, and he likes food. I just want to make sure I keep it. I'm helping out here. Because, when people listen to this, Father, they might say, well, we found out he likes food. Let me go bake him some cookies.
Yeah, you're going to show up Sunday.
Yeah.
You're just going to have all kinds of people bringing you food.
Yeah.
You should start
That'd be
listing
all
off.
right.
You need to start listing off your favorite food, like
Yeah, now,
strategically.
yeah.
Oh,
So
goodness.
he'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 different cakes. But I do think, for me, Father, I like the fact that there are people that make commitments to this, but it's the community piece that has to be connected. And I know that you're starting to work on that and finding ways. I know you're doing some things with the school. Can you? I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about that, because I think it's really great what you're doing from an education standpoint.
Sure, certainly. So when I first arrived at St. Aloysius, there was obviously a very large school building that has sat for about a decade now, and really just try to wrap my head around what can we use this building for. And a building that's meant for education is easiest to repurpose for education. So I stumbled across, I think God may have a little bit to do with it.
Absolutely.
But I stumbled across an organization called Regina Caeli. And for those who aren't Latin experts, that is Queen of Heaven. And so,
Oh yeah, I knew that.
I must say I didn't.
I didn't either.
All right.
So Regina Caeli, it's a homeschooling hybrid. And so what they do is they come in often to schools that have closed, and they set up a shop. They have the students come in Mondays and Thursdays, and the students are homeschooled with their program the other days of the week. So it really recognizes the primacy of the parents as the first teachers of their children, but it also gives that support to the parents in being able to put all of that together. So it's an excellent program. I visited the one down in Nashville, and it's amazing. The kids are just wonderful, and it really brings together from a distance. Really, they down there in Nashville, they said that parents drive an hour and a half in every direction to get to the center of Nashville. Yeah,
Wow. That's remarkable.
It is pretty amazing. So we're working on that. We're working on trying to get the school back in shape. If you've driven by, particularly on Plum Street, you may notice very bright blue doors, and so that's all in the Mary theme. But it's slowed down a little bit. The interest from the greater community, the whole Louisville community, south of here, everything, wasn't quite what we were hoping for, but we're still pushing forward. We're hoping to maybe get started next year.
Yeah, I got to say a couple things. First of all, the volunteers are doing this work. It is outstanding what they're doing,
amazing.
and I have not been over to see it. And Mike keeps telling me you need to come over to see it, so
It is pretty
I'm going to
amazing.
come over to see him. So I think the work they're putting into this. But one of the things that ties into what he's talking about, there's options. I mean, because when we look at family structure and we look at a good education and the faith.
Yeah.
You're a high rate of success in this life of being productive in our community, right? That's kind of what this is all about. The product is how do we take the gift of life to get you to a teenager and to get you into this world, right? Into working, and that piece comes to play. But what I like is that our growth, our pattern, the things that we're doing, all of our projects here, Father, are going to create. We're looking at 10,000 people here in the next 10 years.
It's the energy in this town is amazing.
And I know the mayor.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Personally,
him just a little bit.
Grabbing that
I
one
would
and running
hope
with it.
you know him a little bit.
He's okay. He's okay.
He does what he can.
So 10,000 in 10 years? Is that,
Yeah,
Wow.
that's a pretty aggressive program. But I will tell you that the piece in this is that the things that we're doing dynamically, you look at the Louisville area, and you look at a lot of bigger cities, it's a challenge to what they do. But between the school systems and most, the crime rates, and then the taxes, these other areas that are 30 and 45 minutes, even an hour away from the big cities, people don't care about that drive. They would rather be in a community they feel like most of their lifestyle and things they do, but you got to offer things for them. And we've talked, I always bring up the aquatic center.
Oh,
I just brought up the
ritual.
aquatic center.
It's a ritual. Yeah.
It's his baby.
Yeah.
It really is. But it does, it's a regional impact. So, but the idea of having something like that, when families look at where they want to live, you have the Oldham County, you have the Shelby County, but the price points sometimes discourage people. But they don't want to be in big cities. And Louisville's kind of running through some of these challenges. And I try to be very careful with that. I mean, Louisville's a good town, but it just has these opportunities and what goes on that people don't want to deal with that. If they still have to go work there, at least when they come home, they can do the majority of things here. We want full service restaurants. We want better shopping. We want activities for kids.
Absolutely.
Things in the park, obviously the playgrounds and the amphitheater, obviously the aquatic center, the skate park. We're going to have that done in March.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
About mid-April to late April, it'll be finished. It's like we did a Zoom call yesterday about the skate park. We want kids to be doing things idle hands doesn't work for us.
That'd be really cool too, because you'll be able to see it from 60. That'd be like a really cool thing to see from 65.
You'll see it from 60.
You don't see those all the time.
We're going to raise it up. So we're not going to put it in the ground. We're going to have it raised up so people can see it from there. They'll see it as part of our community. It's in a safe place because you got the mayor looking out the window.
Right. Yeah.
And then you have the fire department and the police department. So it's really safe.
There.
Won't vandalize it. It's going to be a safe place for kids. And if they're 13 or older, mom can go to Walmart. Or
I was going to say, Travis needs to start skating again.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
So
I'm gonna hurt myself.
I would bubble wrap me.
Yeah, I can roll around. I can roll around on flat ground.
Father, I don't know about you on a skateboard.
No,
but not me either. I wouldn't do that. But I think the education piece is a really nice piece. That's instrumental in giving people some options. And I think when you start looking at what we do, if we can collaborate, as we mentioned before the podcast started, if we can find ways to get everybody in the room. From different denominations. I mean, we're all still believing in the same God.
Amen.
So I think that's the biggest piece. And people say, well, are you going to be spiritual on this thing? I'm just going to be who I am. I'm going to make sure that when I do these podcasts, today obviously it's a reflection of the things that I have built a relationship with you that I think is going to be a great one when it comes to the things that we can do together. As a mayor, I always have that. I got to watch the lines a little bit. I always touch.
Do you?
Okay.
He says he does.
I have to, but I'm the first person to want to touch that fence. I wonder how hard this is going to hurt.
Oh, we know.
So they know me. I do want to, and most of what it's driven by is kids and families. And I think it's great to have you on the show because I think it's going to show more of we have community leaders. And welcome to Shepherdsville, Father. I know that we've said that when you first started here, but we're glad to have you here.
Oh, it's good to be here.
Yeah, and I hope that we can continue to look at things. I want to bring on, as we bring on guests, to kind of do follow-up. So next year we'll come back and we'll talk about what we've been doing and where you're at with some of the programs you're doing.
That'd be awesome.
I'd love to have us to see how we can collaborate more. And we're trying to do that with this podcast. But what we want most people to understand is we have an email address, don't we?
Yeah, it's yeswayjosemail@gmail.com.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. But these guys are getting to be professionals. That means they have to raise their pay.
It'd be nice. No,
I'm gonna double it.
Double it. I'm pretty sure
Well,
times
zero
two
to-
is
Look at you guys doing math. Now you're showing off in front of Father Adam. I mean, come on, you're showing off your math skills. But
Here's what we have to do, though. If you're going to rail against us a little bit, next time when you come back, I need you from now till then to just keep a tally during the confessions how often he brings up the aquatic center.
Yeah.
A running
By the
total.
way, Father, did you know?
okay, Jose, that's the seventh time. But I do really believe is that when our heart's in the right place, we're going to win those battles. There's always a challenge in what people might have. But I think as a community, what we've seen is the groundswell. My little running joke is I like the idea of community being contagious. I mean, we know we struggle with diseases like COVID, but I like community to be contagious, and I think that's kind of happening.
That's not a bad one.
It's not a bad one at all, and I don't want a cure for that. I don't want a cure for community, and I want that love to be in our community. And I think people, when they listen to this, when we're trying to get expand the audience, Father, and we're trying to get them to understand that we just want to hear from you. We want you to know what we're doing, but we want the community to know that is this the medium? Because these two fine gentlemen came and met with me when we put this together, and we've seen some real positive things. We've met with a number of leaders, political leaders, obviously with you, and we met with EJ and some of the other folks that are in our community. We're trying to find these leaders, the shakers and movers. I think are going to put this together because it's all done with a group.
Right.
It's not done by one, and I think it's harder sometimes to always know because everybody has a piece in it. But if the common denominator is families and thus less fortunate, I've always I pray every morning that be kind to all and help those in need. Absolutely. And it's a pretty general comment, but just saying hello to people, opening the door, and just how you doing. It's really amazing when we think of things like this. And this is a little off the path, but I do this all the time anyway.
It's okay.
I just go this way. Father, I go like
your name's on the show,
and I get to do what I want to do.
Get to do whatever you want. Yeah.
All right, I like this now, Father. But I do think that
your priest is sitting here, but
well,
within reason.
See, there's the guardrails.
Yeah,
there's the guardrails. There's like bumper bolts.
There you go. Yeah.
But Father, I really love having you on here. I really enjoyed. I knew you were out for a couple of weeks. Glad to have you back.
Certainly, good to be back.
But I look forward to Sunday.
Definitely.
Sunday. And I think if more people we do have a page. We have a St. Aloysius page, right? We have that. And do we have any specific email? We know we have numbers on that page to call the parish office for utilizing facilities. And we got a nice gym in there.
Yeah, I've seen Eli play
Yeah, I
basketball
know.
in there before.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Did you play basketball?
You played basketball in there before, like whenever you were doing like your kid leagues. Y'all played there sometimes.
Oh, I did. Okay,
Yeah.
I was like, when?
You
I was
didn't
like-
know. We just drove you there. You don't remember.
Yeah, you must have been really little.
He was like 9, 10, something like that. Yeah.
I remember when I did 9. Leon, what's going on with you, man? You can't remember when you played basketball in St. Aloysius?
No,
He didn't know where he was.
No, it's
Nope,
okay.
no clue.
But dude, we have some facilities and things like
do.
that, and how.
do.
So is there? Just call the parish office is the best way to do
Absolutely.
that. Yeah, and it's on the Facebook page. So if you go to St. Aloysius in Shepherdsville, Father, thank you for being here today. And
Great to be here.
I did mention the aquatic center. I did.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
a few times.
At least once.
I'm just making sure I got it in. Father, thank you for being here. And okay, two things. First of all, what's your favorite food?
My favorite food?
Yeah.
Almost anything with chocolate.
See, yeah. So there'll be a line of women at church on Sunday.
Just tons of chocolate, fudge,
Tons of
cookies.
So, see, I'm helping out.
cake.
Father.
I love it.
I'm liking it. But anyway, so when we have a ritual, when we get done with the program, we say 4 words. it's not together. They're not together.
Love,
So-
peace, and chicken grease.
Yeah.
Wow!
there you go.
Without
I do
those,
listen to
I
them.
love it.
I do
All right,
listen to
so hold on.
them.
We get all right. So one more time. 1, 2, 3. Love,
peace, and chicken grease.
Thank you all for listening to us and watching us. And Father, thank you for being here. We're gonna be glad to have you back in the future.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.